Hey now, and welcome to the City Off Campus podcast with your two favorite hosts, Sammy Sommerfeld and Jack McFarland. It's bowl season, and one of the things we've been discussing a lot are the different bowl names that we've seen this year, last year, the years prior. So one of my questions for you is starting off, what are some of your best bowl names that you've seen and some of the worst bowl names you've seen?
So one of the best, and it's one of the ones that I will forever hold out in my heart. The Fiesta Bowl not being affiliated with Tostitos anymore is, I think, one of the most criminal things that has ever happened to college football fans. The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl rolled off the tongue perfectly. It fit their brand. It was cool to see all those the chips and all that. And now that they could dump chips on people, maybe salsa, because that's a new thing with mayo and stuff getting dumped. Tostitos could have hit a home run if they stuck with the Fiesta Bowl. I don't know whatever happened to that. That was one of my favorites. Another one that I saw this year, and it's sticking out in my mind, and I fucking hated it, was the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. I couldn't believe that was a thing.
The Jimmy Kimmel Bowl? Yeah. That was sick.
No, if you're telling me as a football player I'm going to play in the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, I'll opt out. Dead ass. That bowl means nothing to me. What? The Jimmy Kimmel Bowl? We ain't talking about no fruits, vegetables, no peaches.
Well,
and the peach is a knockoff Orange Bowl. I hate the peach.
Yeah. Well, speaking of vegetables, one of my favorite names is the Salad Bowl. Found that one out today.
I got a good story about that. My grandpa's brother was a running back for Xavier in the 40s. He played in the Salad Bowl.
Oh yeah,
that's in the Salad Bowl.
And then a few of the other ones I thought were great were the Gotham Bowl, which is from the 60s. Just Gotham Bowl. That just sounds so sick. Reminds me of Batman. Tony the Tiger Bowl. Love that.
Tony the Tiger, that's another one. It was
just was great. And then a throwback Blockbuster Bowl as well.
Blockbuster Bowl,
which I thought was a great throwback. And then some of the worst names were the Refrigerator Bowl, which was from the 48 to 50s. The Glass Bowl. I'm just that's not a tough name.
That can't
the
be
Glass Bowl. Yeah. And then the other one I found kind of odd was the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. I'm wait, you're gonna
what are we talking about?
They're trying to address hunger, children that are hungry and stuff, and it raises money or whatever, but you're putting the hungriest humans on the planet in that game. So you're trying to show you're fighting hunger with 300-pound linemen that all they do is eat. They steal the food. That's the solution to this fight hunger issue is you're showing the people that steal everybody else's food on the field. So that was my that's just embarrassing. You're gonna have hungry kids watching these guys. So that was my beef with that one. But yeah, so that's where I am with bowls.
I got a couple other that I thought were absolutely wild. The Boise Bridgeport Education Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, that's too wordy.
How can that be allowed? The Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla.
Yeah, I had that one. Yeah, I had that. I had the Napoleon Weed Eater Bowl, Independence Bowl.
Here's one that's we could talk about it. The Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl. It doesn't really work together. Citrus and Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. It should have just been called the Buffalo Bowl.
Yeah, just not great. The Battle Frog Fiesta Bowl, not great. Definitely just not the best. Another bad one. The Raisin Bowl. This was from the 40s. The Raisin Bowl. What?
Yeah.
And the one that made me laugh the hardest was the Tobacco Bowl, because nothing screams capitalism more than tobacco and a giant bowl game that'll just make more money. That's the most capitalistic thing I saw. But what do you think will be? Do you think we'll see a crypto bowl soon? We've got
100. I think next year there's going to be a crypto bowl,
and I think they're going to do a thing.
FTX maybe. Crypto. That's my prediction.
They definitely. I could see them doing we give each player a Bitcoin.
yeah, as an NIL deal. And then
That would be
OBJ
awesome.
is going to be like, why did I get penalized for handing out cash on the field when these kids are getting crypto now?
He was a year early. I'm
I know
pretty
he
sure.
was just a
One
year.
was
Or
he
2
1 year?
years, 2 years, 2 years.
Okay.
Because that was 19.
God, he must be punching himself. He was that close to just doing something cool.
So
Instead, he
close.
got slapped for it.
So close. And then with us recording this the day with New Year's Eve on the cusp on December 31st, 2021, our last pod of 2021. One of the things we've gotten to reflect about, whether we're on Twitter, whether we're just watching highlights or whatever, is the best sports moments of 2021. So I tried keeping my list down to 4 or 5. I have a list of 9. Some of them don't need explanations. So here are my personally favorite sports moments. So I got number 1, Penn State game, just being at that game, the emotions of it, seeing the field, just everything about Iowa beating Penn State this football season was everything I wanted out of a senior year college football. Number 2, a close number 2 to the Penn State game was Minnesota beating Wisconsin for Iowa to make it to the Big Ten championship. I mean, I've never rooted for PJ Fleck's team harder in my life than seeing that boat rowed. I mean, and the video of Riley Moss and those boys yelling, row, 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 just absolutely incredible. Number 3, the 2020-2021 Iowa men's basketball season. Garzilla going on a tear, winning National Player of the Year. So great for Iowa basketball. Number 4, seeing Brady win number 7. Just the storylines I thought were just so fun. And then winning it at home, COVID year, all that. Now, here are the ones.
Hold on. Before you go on with that one, beating Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, and then Mahomes
and at Lambeau.
That's a legendary run in itself.
Yeah. And so now here are the ones that you might want to go into a little bit more. I got number 6, Kyle Schwarber creating havoc in the playoffs for the Boston Red Sox. Just
did they win the World Series?
No, but it was incredible to see. Number 7. This is one where I was at Wrigley Field for this game.
I want to stop you right now. Now you're at Wrigley.
Yeah,
I got to stop you.
Get into it.
Best baseball moment far and away. Braves lost Soroka and Acuna and won the fucking World Series with that Soler bomb. Like, come on.
Okay, actually, yeah, I'll take that. I'll put that up.
We got to put them up there.
But Soler was a disappointing Cub, so that's all. But
they traded him for Wade Davis. Didn't Wade Davis win a World Series, or am I wrong?
Yeah, with the Royals.
Oh, you didn't win one with the Cubs?
No,
he wasn't on that team.
Soler was on our team. That's what I'm saying.
That's hilarious.
And then number 7, I was at this game. John Lester's return to Wrigley, Schwarber's return to Wrigley for the first time, and my friend Ben Udell dropping Rizzo's toss-up when it was in his hands. That is number 7 on my list for the year. And then I got number 9. This is another Cubs one before the final one I had, or number 8. Another Cubs one. I saw this on Twitter today. I had to throw it in because I just remembered it. The Javi Baez tag up against the Pirates when he almost ran all the way home, and then they chased him down, missed him, ran all the way to first, got a double off that play. Absolutely incredible. Number 8. So this is number 9. It was number 8, but I kind of just moved it around. And this happened yesterday. Mario Chalmers returning to the Miami Heat. I want to see some Chalmers havoc for the Heat right now. I gotta see, dude, Chris Bosh even talked about returning. Like, imagine Hall of Famer.
Where's
Chris
Michael
Bosh.
Beasley? Where is he?
He's not there yet. But shout out Michael Beasley for looking at my IG story the other day.
Okay, that was maybe he should look at some NBA teams and pick one already.
I know he should come back to the Heat, him and Chalmers. But to see Chalmers run a little pick and roll action with Spoelstra and UD, I'm here for it. But those are my top sports moments. But also shout Ben Udell for dropping the Rizzo ball.
Yes. So mine, you have a couple of mine. My first one, these are not in any order. These were just as they came to my head. First one, the Lightning winning back-to-back cups in the same calendar year. I thought that was pretty insane.
Yeah, especially for the Lightning.
Yeah, and the fact that they did it before the expansion, like they had to. They did it. That's hell of impressive. I can't wait to see the 30 for 30. Jalen Suggs' game-winning shot. That was incredible when that happened in the moment.
That was a good play.
Even though he didn't win the national title, it's one of those where that play was one of the coolest we'll ever see.
Yeah, I was at Joe's by the fireplace at that game. Absolutely crazy. The weirdest / craziest environment.
Yes, it's a weird mix of vibes there upstairs at Joe's.
It was dead quiet. Then you see him hit the shot and you go, everybody stands up. And one of my friends almost fell in the fire because he was like jumping up and down. It was insane. It was insane.
You already said it. Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl. Justin Fields becoming a Bear gave us hope again.
Gave us hope. Now let's see who can guide him
hope
to
is
bring
a
that hope
dangerous
into
drug.
some excitement.
Right. It's a dangerous drug, and I'm fully hooked on it. Simone Biles getting over the twisties. Thought that was really big for Americans to see a hero like her, get over that.
Yeah.
Knicks fans chanting "fuck Trae Young." I really like that.
That was great.
Because that cemented him as a villain for the rest of his career, and I think that's really good for him.
But it also brought the Tibbs Bulls magic back to New York.
Yeah.
Like, like Gibson the other day, did you see the play he made? He just like ripped the ball out of a younger guy's hand. Like, dude, like Tibbs putting his entire bench in the other day for the entire fourth quarter, and they just went on a tear and won the game with Kemba, with D Rose hurt until February. Just like, dude, like the Bulls haven't been this good now for us since Tibbs's final season when we won 50 games. And it's just like, imagine if we had a rebuild under Tibbs, what could have happened? It's just, the Knicks are on my list too. They make the top 10.
Oh yeah. No, they're fun. One of the last ones, Giannis winning. I think that story was really cool.
Yeah.
It's Giannis.
Basic pick, but yeah.
Basic. I mean, an international basketball player who everyone looked at like a string bean ends up being the most dominant one, takes Milwaukee to the finals and wins. I mean, kudos to him. It's pretty cool. Give him that. Pretty cool. And the last one, Desmond Ritter throwing for 300, running for 100, having 4 touchdowns and beating Bama today. That's the last sport moment. I'm telling you, he's gonna.
Don't jinx it, Jack.
I believe in it. I've been saying it all day. I believe it. I can't jinx it if I believe it, and I'm fully believe.
Who's the old lineman we're riding with today?
Jay Grenfro, 56 center. If you don't know already, he's going to be playing the national championship. So if you're going to hear this,
you got to watch.
I mean, if you're going to hear this after the fact and
January 9th,
knock on cock, they lost. You can laugh like a sick fuck, but I'm fully all the way in on thinking since he's got a chance here. So laugh at me all you want. I'm all the way in on that.
Now touching on basketball for a minute. I was talking to my brother the other day, and he goes to Indiana. They claim it's like a top basketball school, whatever, but they weren't in the tournament last year. They're now.
Are they ranked
good.
right now?
No, but they keep saying they're better than everyone else.
They're not good.
But Indiana's known for producing talent. So me and my brother the other day look at how many NBA players currently went to Indiana. There are 6. Okay,
I can name.
There's 6. There's 6. We don't need to count them right now, but there's 6.
2, that's it.
And Iowa has 3 NBA players, and we are not. 3. Yeah, and we are not a blue blood powerhouse like Indiana. So we have half the talent. We have half the NBA players already. So one thing that's happened too in the last couple of days is our NBA talent has, been all over social media. Garzilla got a 20-point game against the Spurs. Wieskamp came in after Garzilla fouled out. Wieskamp put up 3 points and a block. And Tyler Cook has had some highlight dunks in the NBA, and he's gotten some quality minutes. So I was thinking, why don't we rank where we think these 3 guys are going to be in 10 years in the NBA rankings? So I can go first. You can go first. Up to you.
Okay. So I haven't really given it that much thought, but when you put it like that, I'm going to rank them like this. Number 1, Garza. And I think Garza could maybe find a way to play a little serviceable defense, but he's already got the offensive tools. He'll professionally train. I think he can make like a career. I have to put Joe above Tyler, and strictly because I think Joe's a little more raw than Tyler. I think Tyler has a place in the NBA as like a smaller 5 or 4, but I just think Joe's got so much versatility to where he can play a lot of positions for a lot of different schemes. And I mean, he's very long. I think Joe will end up being, I mean, it's a shitty comparison, Duncan Robinson, but more athletic than him. So I've got to give Joe number 2 and then Tyler 3. But I mean, Tyler's been in the NBA for a little, bounced around. He's got his looks. So I don't know how much more time he'll have, but he's really making the most of it in Chicago. I mean, he's killing it. So yeah, that's my ranking.
So mine are just a little flipped. I have Wieskamp at number 1. I think he has the most potential, kind of as you said, but as a 3-and-D Joe Ingles type of guy is what I see him as.
Okay.
And I think Wieskamp, even though he's not producing now, he's in an organization that's going to give him the time to develop into the player he needs to be. Garza's shocked me, to be honest with you. I did not think he'd still even be in the NBA right now. That is just my thought process on him. He has improved beyond what I thought he could be. But I think Garza can only be, I see Garza as one of those guys who's only going to get real starting minutes or real minutes on bad teams. No contenders, because he's still just not quick enough. And he's not big enough,
you know what? It's like there's always a role for those guys.
Yeah. So I have him as like a role player, just as like a Kelly Olynyk type of guy.
Bro, I was about to say he's a less athletic
like
Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah,
I've made that comparison before.
And then I have Cook at 3 because I've always said, in my opinion, Cook's just an athletic player, and that's what's kept him in college basketball, in like whatever. And so I just don't see his hops being sustainable for a 10-year career with injuries that come along with it, whatever. And he's only going to be a guy that gets minutes when you need some athleticism. I see him almost like a Derek Jones a little bit. They're two
but
different
even Derek
players.
Jones can pull up a little.
That's what I'm saying. They're different players, but like more of a, like if Derek Jones, like, or Zach LaVine early on, who's only used basically as a high flying player. You know, I just don't see Cook developing a jump shot. That's just not how he's ever been used.
No, he never did so at Iowa. I mean, the best he would do is like a hook shot in the paint, maybe, if he didn't like try and dunk it from a foot away. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really exciting for Hawkeyes right now. And I think just for the state of Iowa basketball, I'm not going to sit here and pump Iowa State's tires, but they have a lot of guys in the NBA too. So it's not like you sit here and think the state of Iowa for college basketball can pump talent. And I mean, Drake hangs. They're not bad. You and I can hang. They ain't bad. But I mean, Iowa State and Iowa are pulling their weight. I think they could nearly field an NBA team now, the two of them together. Yeah.
And I mean, the state of Iowa, if you just take the guys who have come from Iowa, you 100% count.
Yeah.
And then one other thing we kind of discussed before the pod that I wanted to bring up, which I thought would be an interesting conversation, is if you could buy 3 sports franchises, what would they be and why? So do you want to go back and forth? Should we list the 3, explain each one? Okay. So I'll go first. This one is a bigger name. I have 2 big names and 1 smaller name. Number 1, I got Pittsburgh Penguins. As much as I hate Schittsburg, my reasoning is Pittsburgh diehard fan base. It's like a college town. You know people are going to come to the games. Legendary franchise. They're one of the only teams in my eyes that are a very valuable hockey team and will always have value no matter if they're good or bad. They're just one of those legacy orgs. So you're never going to lose that much value. You know what I mean? And to have LeBron as a minority owner, I take that any day. Him and Mav Carter, I'll take that.
Yeah, and I'll stay in the same hockey vein as you. I was going to pick the St. Louis Blues to buy them. And it's because I hate their branding. I hate that they're called the Blues.
Oh, so you want to fix it?
I think that's the stupidest name.
I was going to say, why would you want the Blues? Yeah.
Stupidest shit ever. Call them something like worthwhile. I mean, they have the St. Louis Cardinals, they had the Rams, and then they have the Blues. Like who? I don't get excited about the Blues.
Arches.
No, yeah, call them the Arches for all I care. But the Blues, I'm sure there's some historical context to it, but I'd rather have the Guardians than the damn Blues. I can tell you that.
I'd say the Bushes or the Lights.
The Bushes. Fuck yeah. If I'm Bush, I'd buy that. That's a hell of an idea.
See, I got the names. Hire me to be the CMO.
That's an awesome idea.
Number 2, this is going to shock you, I think. It's a shocking pick, but I thought long and hard about if I'd own an NBA team, what team would I own? I'm going Sacramento Kings.
Bro, that was mine. Oh. I don't want to get too excited, but that was mine. So I'm relocating them.
Okay, so I'm not relocating them. I'm buying the Sacramento Kings because think about it. The NBA each year, team valuations go up. So if I own the lowest of the low and I do nothing with them, I just sit on it like a stock. By the time I want to sell it, if I just want to flex them an NBA owner, buy the cheapest team, and you're still going to make $1 billion plus. So you're making $1 billion at least from the transaction. You got purple jerseys. That's sick. Plus, I'd make white chocolate my president of basketball operations. So like between those three things, I'm all for it. And then last of all, like, I mean, dude, like you got Chris Webber in like your back pocket. Like whenever you want Chris Webber, you just have him on speed dial. So I'm here for it.
And Vladdy.
And Vladdy. And if I ever rebuilt the Kings and won a championship, everyone would hate me. I'd be the villain of the NBA. There is no real villain of the NBA right now. I could be the villain of the NBA if I rebuilt the Kings.
Well, rather than
no one wants to see the Kings win.
Exactly. Nobody does. That's why I would take them to Seattle. Boom.
Yeah.
Easy fix. Chalky answer. I know, but I feel like it'd be easy for Kings fans to swallow if they became the Sonics, because it's kind of like a popular idea that they just want the Sonics back. So that would be mine. And I think I when I looked at the list of the like valuations for all the teams, the Kings they're bottom, like they're in the 20 through 30.
But they have a new arena, so you don't have to pay for a new arena. And their arena is sick. I love their arena, like when they were designing it. And also with the Kings, like if you rebuild the Kings and if you draft a Luka Doncic to the Kings, you are basically doing what the Warriors did. Like nobody cared about the Golden State Warriors until Steph. Now literally they're one of the top 3 most valuable teams in the NBA. So I want to pull a Warriors in Sacramento. And think about it too. Like imagine you make the Sacramento Kings so good that people are like, I'm taking my family on a trip to Sacramento for the winter break. Like they go to Sacramento. Like how
it sounds like Joakim Noah trying to like sell Cleveland. Does anybody take a vacation to Cleveland?
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, imagine you make such a good team, you can get a KD like player to go to Sacramento for 4 years. Oh, dude, that'd be legend. And also too, you're near Silicon Valley still.
True.
So you're still kind of near that top market. Yeah. So you can get those billionaire nerds to buy floor seats and fly on. I'd build like a helicopter pad on the roof and stuff and get them to come in. So Sacramento would be the place to be. Now, my last pick is in Silicon Valley, kind of similar reason. And it's a legacy franchise, so kind of a chalk answer, but the San Francisco 49ers for football. Because they're always going to be super valuable too. They're going to always be super valuable. So you never have to worry about that. Legacy franchise, tradition sick. I love San Francisco, so I can go to Boudin's and get some fire sourdough bread by the bay when I want to go to San Francisco and go to a game. Have some fire seafood, and you can always hit Alcatraz after a football game. So that's always a good time.
Facts. You could always hit it. My last one. I'm moving the Jacksonville Jaguars out of Florida. I think there's too much going on in Florida. We're pulling them out.
Move them to Columbus.
We're moving them to London. Moving them to London because they've had a lot of London. But I'm naming them the Redcoats because I think a lot of Americans.
That'd be a cool name.
A lot of Americans would ride that, and I think maybe
Redcoats
London people would be cool.
The Patriots.
See,
dude, run it back.
That would sell for a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Dude, that would be insane. Imagine like a pregame show, people in red coats and then people in like blue coats just going at it, doing a reenactment.
Hey, I mean, they wouldn't let the Washington R words go, so maybe they'll let the Redcoats go. You know what? That's a good reason. The Redcoats alone is a good reason. The other reason I thought was kind of chalk, but like, well, no, London. I think I saw a thing that London's favorite team is actually the Jaguars, but. You know who Spain's favorite team is?
The Titans.
It's the Bears.
Oh, really?
I don't know what reason.
Why?
I don't know. I just saw that the Spain loves the Bears. So we need to get. Have we been listened to in Spain yet? That's a goal.
Let me look.
We need our Spaniards to root for the Osos with us.
Yeah, for real. And the thing is, I'd move the Jags to Columbus and then allow Urban coach the team up.
You're a sick puppy.
Just because, like, you know, the guy wanted to be in Columbus for a weekend and he just couldn't get back to Jacksonville. So why not bring the Jags to him? You know what I mean?
You are one sick puppy. You want
let Herb be Herb. Hashtag free Urban.
Did you know many Jaguar fans that were excited for that Urban Meyer hire? Or were there a lot of them that were like, God, we are so
they were all so excited. That fan base was so geeked.
That just can't. They can't be allowed to have those type of nice things and get excited.
Well,
Like,
and the funny thing is, I don't know if you know this, but they announced right after they hired him, like a month or two later, they were building a Four Seasons and a new practice facility, all these plans to like renovate everything in Jacksonville. Like they were eventually going to redo their stadium or whatever. Like Shad Khan was going to put like 600 million or something into the Jags because he's like, we're going to have it. Like they were basically trying to create like their own version of Jerry World in Dallas because they thought Urban was going to lead Trevor Lawrence to this like 13-year dynasty. And then boom, he's gone with three games left in the year.
It's ironic you say that because the last college coach to come out and be that successful,
Jimmy Johnson. See, but the one thing I would say is the guy who could be successful, and nobody's brought him up when everybody's been trying to point out who the bad college coaches are, is Cliff Kingsbury's winning in Arizona.
Winning is a very loose term. They've been on a
They're in the playoffs.
They've been on a skid.
They're in the playoffs.
In the
NFL, I'm not a big
you
Cliff guy, but
you want to play your best football at the end of the year, and
yeah, but they're in the playoffs.
The Cardinals will forever. I know, but they'll forever.
And JJ got hurt.
The Cardinals were 7-0, and now they're like what 10?
Isn't Hopkins hurt?
6. Yeah, and they've lost like how many games in a row? They just haven't figured it out. Good teams find a way to win.
Yeah, but when you don't have Hopkins, and my prediction is Larry comes back for the playoffs. Because he hasn't announced retirement yet.
What is this, fantasy football? Is Edelman going to come back from the Bucks too?
No, he never played for the Bucks, so you should have known that.
Well, he's a Brady guy first.
True. But yeah, and then Jack, so do you have any New Year's resolutions going into the new year?
Drink more water, get more sleep.
Sleep's a big one for you.
Yeah, God, I can't sleep in.
No construction.
No, but I can't sleep in. It's been a problem. I can't sleep in even here.
Oh, really?
No, my body, I don't know. My mom's wondering the same thing. My body just wakes me up at like 7:15 on the dot. And
I wish that was me this week. There was a day I slept in because I didn't set an alarm till 11. That was the day you texted me, I think.
Yeah.
I literally woke up at 11. I'm just like, oh, and I went to bed at 10.
I don't know. My body's just
dead tired,
refusing to shut down. You know, like a missile control center. It's just fully active, ready to explode at any moment. I don't know. My mom was making a comment about it the other day too, and I was like, Mom, you're right. I should probably get some better sleep. So I'd say drink more water, sleep, and maybe be more optimistic about the Bears. You know.
Oh, I thought you were already pretty optimistic.
I am
pretty pessimistic.
I am pretty optimistic, but I think we're gonna have a new like breath of fresh air in the organization. Like legit, we won't have Nagy, we won't have Pace, Ted Phillips won't be in football operations. I think we'll actually get to see a glimpse of like a relevant. Alabama's driving. Oh, they've converted 2 third downs. A relevant organization. So I'm excited for that. And we have the quarterback. We have the running back. We have the linebacker. We've paid our safety, so that's too late.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say very late.
Yeah. So not a whole lot you can do with that one. You just gotta roll with Eddie.
Yeah, but at least we didn't pay Kyle Fuller. Now looking back at it.
See, I never had any problem with that move.
We didn't have a problem then, but I'm saying in retrospect.
Oh, it was a smart financial move.
It ended up being good. We criticized it then, but it was a good move now.
Yes.
But
what about you?
My motto is be better. And the 2 things I got to be better at is go to Iowa wrestling this winter. And number 2, go to Iowa basketball games this winter. And as long as I execute those 2 things and get a little bit of homework done, we're going to be in a good place.
Alabama's ran the ball every single down. This is just they're showing Cincinnati.
Jack, this is your one opportunity to change your score prediction.
No, it's just Cincinnati. This first drive, they've been really coming out with a 3-man front, and I think Alabama's testing them and saying, "You're going to have to come out in something different because I know you want to play with your DBs in." And they're going to force Cincinnati to get out of that personnel. So they're going to have to make the adjustment. We haven't seen Cincinnati's offense yet against Bama, and I don't think that Bama defense is it. Everyone listening is gonna laugh at me like I'm some idiot, and they're all sick fucks. I can already see it.
Jack's just a little biased because he has Cincy connections, but that's okay, guys. That's okay. I always will be unbiased for you guys because I'm never biased. But
never. Good one.
But guys, this is the last episode of 2021. See you in 2022. Jack, do you want to sign off?
You got it. Like always, guys, not the same time, same place. We will see you guys later next year.
What are some of your best bowl names that you've seen and some of the worst bowl names you've seen?
So one of the best, and it's one of the ones that I will forever hold out in my heart. The Fiesta Bowl not being affiliated with Tostitos anymore is, I think, one of the most criminal things that has ever happened to college football fans.
The other one I found kind of odd was the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. I'm like, wait, you're gonna
what are we talking about?
They're trying to address hunger, like children that are hungry and stuff, and it raises money or whatever. But you're putting the hungriest humans on the planet in that game. So you're trying to show you're fighting hunger with 300-pound O linemen that all they do is eat.
Simone Biles getting over the twisties. Thought that was really big for Americans to see a hero like her, get over that. Yeah. Knicks fans chanting "fuck Trae Young."
Imagine you make the Sacramento Kings so good that people are like, "I'm taking my family on a trip to Sacramento for the winter break." How
it sounds like Joakim Noah trying to sell Cleveland. Does anybody take a vacation to Cleveland?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm moving the Jacksonville Jaguars out of Florida. I think there's too much going on in Florida. We're pulling them out.
Move them to Columbus.
We're moving them to London. Moving them to London because they've had a lot of London, but I'm naming them the Redcoats because I think a lot of Americans.
That'd be a cool name. That'd be a cool name.
A lot of Americans would ride that, and I think maybe
Redcoats
London people
versus
would be cool
the Patriots.
See,
dude, run it back.
That would sell for a Super Bowl.